Yo, hello everybody. Another Afam guide. This time it will be rather short. I'll be talking about Rashanan on Mythic difficulty. We'll be going over the Mythic changes, as well as just general hard overlaps, and everything you need to know for the fight. Let's get it started. I'll be using method skill video, putting it on mute, and talking over what I think is important to know. So, there's 3 or 4 new Mythic changes. One is the Strand's ability. Those are the 4 circles that place webs. These 4 players, as soon as the webs erupt, they are linked together, creating a kill zone, and none of these players can be inside this kill zone. So the general idea is that these webs are placed outside of the raid in a specific location. Method is using the back of the room for the first one, just in a straight line, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And those 4 players are coming together, making the kill zone as small as possible. You can stack on top of each other. You can't kill each other with the lines. So stacking pixel perfect is a very viable and good choice for this. They last for about 4 or 5 seconds, so not too long. And then they are gone. Second new Mythic mechanic are the waves. Now on Mythic there are 3 waves instead of 2. You can see one being horizontal to the boss. I do believe they always go to the back of the room, and then there's 2 more left and right. This one fairly easy, later on it will overlap with different mechanics. And the third Mythic mechanic that is new are the webs. Those are just swirly on the ground. They are targeted to one random player in the raid, running out around of that player, so it can be baited in theory. Might be useful for later on. They do explode rather fast, so don't greed on a cast and just move out as soon as you see them. If you do get hit, you get stunned forever basically, but you can be broken out by damage or by a blessing of protection. Alright, and the last new Mythic mechanic, so to say, is his flying to a new location. He's not gonna stop midway through. Instead, he's gonna fly to the end zone directly and start casting his cast. So we need to be efficient with our movement to get there. What we're gonna do, if we have 2 warlocks, we have 2 gates pre-placed left and right, because it's a 50-50 chance which side the boss is taking off. We want to be sped up before taking the gate by a roar or windrush. And then we have 1 more speed up shortly before arriving. That means if we have 1 gate, 1 warlock, by the way, he's gonna pre-place it on one side and be ready to insta-cast it to the other if he does take off to the other side. So as soon as the boss is flying up, we're using a roar. We're ready to take the gate instantly. We are sped up by the roar that we used before taking the gate, and we're using another wind rush midway through to keep up the momentum. We're kicking the cast late. Whoever is there first can do that in the last second. And then we are ready to get into the soak. Same as on Heroic. Alright, those are all the Mythic changes. From here on it repeats with some different overlaps. So we're just playing through the video to see those. Ads are being spawned, ideally close, but doesn't matter too much. Webs are being dodged, and the strands, we call out on which direction they are. We can see method is pinging. It will always be at the edge of the room here. So they are moving out, 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are linked together, and they come together. Ideally, they meet up midway through between 2 and 3, so to say. We can see this one overlaps with the waves. So that one guy that needs to place his wave on the right side needs to watch out to not run through this chain, especially if this guy would have been placed badly still in front. This guy needs to be aware of moving to the boss and then moving to the right in order to not run through the chain. We can see these players, they are coming together, stacking up, and making space for whoever needs to run. This guy obviously needs to run back with his line, so they just stack up nicely. Alright, moving through, speed up the pace here a little bit of the video. You can see the boss flying off to a new location. The Warlock Gate is still on cooldown, so all we need basically is just one roar. We get there dodging puddles. Even though they don't kill you, you can run through. But avoid if possible and get in the soak. This time we're gonna see 2 sets of strands before he's taking off again. So this is set number 1. We can see confusion on Mythic's side. They end up placing it on the right side. Again, coming together in one spot. Keeping it nice. Second set of strands, they are placing it on the right side again. I do believe it doesn't matter too much which side, as long as there's a consensus on that. This one overlaps with the webs, which are the circles on the ground. And we can see they are baited to the left quite nicely away from the circles. So in general, it's really good. If the circles go right, the whole raid shifts a bit to the left, creating more space for the kill zone. Even though they come nice and tight and break it. Tank mechanic, by the way, just very shortly. I'm sure you guys have looked at it yourself, but sometimes the second tank needs to taunt mid-cast of the second one. Although I do believe it is also very livable if you take both stacks on one tank. Alright, after 2 set of circles, the boss is flying again. I do believe he can fly the other way as well. It's not quite clear. Even though there are a ton of webs here, we have a Warlock Gate ready. So we just gate over all the webs. Again, we would use a roar or speed up before taking the gate, just to ensure that everybody is sped up. Taking the gate, everybody's still sped up, and then one more, we will place a wind rush here, or use a second roar, whatever we have. Taking late, getting ready for soak. Moving forward here a little bit, the next set of circles would be placed at the edge of the room. You can see they are being placed here, they come together, stack nicely. Don't be this guy, it's crazy actually to see that Method, even Method has players like this. Yeah, don't blink in the raid, this is very dangerous, this could kill anybody who's standing in the line. Just move to your location. And speeding the video up a little bit to see if there's another hard overlap. Although this is basically the whole fight. We can see another tricky part. The knockback from the ad spawn is paired with the webs to dodge. So just be aware of that and dodge them. And the boss, because it's the third time he flies, he's gonna stay on the same side of the platform, I do believe. All we need is one roar. Getting to the new location. Alright, not finishing the video. This is all the new mechanics. We know what to do, what to look out for. So, thank you guys very much for listening, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.